It'll be probably a shorter video, but still a good analysis video. So there'll be a lot of things going on. It'll be very intense, but not very long, hopefully. This time, there is a revanche. There is a rematch against Diante for life. And actually, he was top 2 on my Palmyran fast bronze strategy guide that I've made for learning Return of Rome. And now I face him again. But now it is 1 versus 1, and we both went random civilizations. That's an honor, and that's a thing that happens in Return of Rome. It's very hard to find a game, but on the other hand, I can have the chance to play with the currently the top 1 on the ranked for Return of Rome. Dante is the top 1, so it's probably the best player of Return of Rome actually for the 1 versus 1 situation. Very good. What happens here is that I got Hittites and he got Shank. It was random civilizations. In my opinion, Shank is a better civilization for Citadel. We are playing again on Citadel. I will try my best. And Hittites, I believe it's tricky because I don't have Slingers, because Slingers Rush seems to be a viable option. At the same time, there are other things that you can do, which can be clearly a good move, but I believe that Slingers are a pretty good move if you want to rush. In this case, I try to go with Axes. And you guys will see my timing and overall my Stone Age wasn't that bad, but he had an interesting reaction, so let's check it out. So there'll be some good details here right away. As you guys can see, I had the chance that since the board were pretty close to each other, I could lure both of them at the same time, so that's good. And I also like my patch of deer. Very easy to come around. There is no forest or anything bothering me here, so very good. And here is a double lure. That was also a good move, in my opinion. So something that I'm trying to improve day by day. And this will be very good for me. Then I start to grab the wood. Now we have not really the best one. I mean, I had a couple seconds that I should not miss. So getting 6 on berries seems to be the easier and the less problematic way of getting a good good 2-age time. So with this, I must point out that having an extra one wouldn't hurt. But anyway, let's move on. Wasn't that bad what was happening here. Actually, I was pretty proud that compared to other starters, I believe that I'm doing progress faster than expected, even though my quality is not really that good, but let's see. Okay, now let's focus forward. So here is, I wasn't doing a good exploration, but now I want to see how Dante was doing. So yeah, he was with 6 on berries, so a better choice. He had a common lure. I can't spot the other boar, so it's acceptable. He probably got the other boar in another direction. And he's grabbing with 2 and having 1 for the wood. One thing I could learn about Shank is that I like to start with them because, as you guys can spot, there's just 1 house with 12 population. That's because the Shank town centers, they have extra population room. They have the double, so it's 8 from here and 4 by this house. That's pretty good. And don't forget that Shank villagers are cheaper. Another very good thing. So yeah, a very small idle time, but nothing to worry about. Diante, by the way, I know that Shank not only they got very good chariots, but they also have composite bowmen. So I believe that in this regard, it's a better situation for fast bronze because I could attempt. At the same time, I wasn't really sure if I wanted because I don't have composite bowmen, and even though I have chariots, I don't think that I could overboon him. I think my production pace wouldn't be the best one. So that was tricky for me. I had a moment of doubt, and then I assumed, well, I have to pick a path. Let's see. Okay. 14? Yeah, 13. Yeah. So they're way better to boom, and we totally can see why. Not only his build order is very top-notch, he was proceeding very well with getting a very good number of villagers in a good time. So yeah, he was one villager ahead of me at least. So there is nothing to invent here, actually. It's always go for a safe 6 villagers, and you will not have any trouble with the villager build time. Your DC will not be idle for Stone Age. In my defense, my luring of the deer was easier, and also I could do pretty well. I also haven't been using another good trick, which is jumping around with... Oops, let me check. Oh yeah, they're inside. Very good. So yeah, they were inside, but I also very frequently jumping around. In this case, I couldn't count very well my wood, so I was missing a very small amount of wood to get my storage pit on. And that would really bother my 2 age time, unfortunately. So yeah, he was 20. And now he's going for the storage pit. Now let's check. Yeah, and he gets a bronze. He gets a 2 age click with 24. Pretty solid. I think it's very similar to Palmyran. But with Palmyra you get such a good eco with an extra villager. That is probably worth. For the other ones you can do a faster bronze time, and that would be more effective for you. With 24, as far as I could see the other few recorded games. Yeah, that's a good thought, since it appears to be easier to lure this deer to the storage pit. You can also move them around there. Yeah, it gets confusing. And yeah, during the transition, you want to get a bunch of wood. He will also probably train... will he train any villager? Because he did not get his house in time. Yeah, he'll get some time idle. But in my case, I did a double Rex. For here, it was a very good, effective use. I believe that I was stumbling less with the use of my resources, so there was less resources here floating in the bank. I was using all of it right away. So I also had this in mind in order to put another granary. I was trying to spot where would be my outside berries. That's something that I must understand to scout as soon as possible. So in this case, he did not scout also, but yeah, I could have probably moved around my villager just to spot this berry. It's in my opinion, getting this berry outside, it's very good. As soon as possible, it's very good. It's a resource that you don't want to... If you were pushed back, you still have another patch of berry here to be used. So getting this one as soon as possible is also pretty good. Simply because you have a more defensible position here inside the walls. And here it was. I was trying my best to get my double rags work. And here... Wow. Apparently there was one villager that he killed. And he was produced, but now he was running to get the stable and also market. So So yeah, 25. To get the 25 villagers to go to the Bronze Age. So, wait, 25?
Pilare.
Apparently not. 26. Yeah, my bad. So 26 villagers, 2 villagers for Bronze Age. Oh, which is very effective, as you guys can see. But here, that was also another problem, because I clicked, I believe that I put the rally point, right on top of the gate. And my units would not attack instantly. They would actually stay here, and just stay here. Very bad. We also should remember that you guys can notice the difference of HP. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Shank is very good with walls, so they have thicker walls. They have more hit points. That's another trouble. I honestly, I'm still struggling to see how it would be a positive outcome for me. It was a very good civilization that he had. He's very skillful, but also he got the best civ out of the 2 choices for the Citadel. So yeah, that was very disappointing, and I believe that he was okay. He's just standing there. But yeah, that was it. So I start my attacks. He's on mid, on the middle for the Bronze Age. Yeah, not a very good sign for me. He will control the situation very well. He'll build the walls. The small wall will be enough to simply push me back. I mean, he knows exactly that I have no choice. At this point, the 2H army will be very effective to fend me off. I really, I guess one of the things that I could have used it, and I had resources for that, would be getting my watchtower, and then I would probably use a tower, like offensive tower. At least the towers, they get me some population room, so that would be maybe somewhat useful. If I could have, I don't believe that I could spot his berries, but maybe in this case, with some wood cutting upgrade, I would get enough range to at least harm his villager if it was like here or here.
Hello, eh?
So who knows? That's a possibility, but it didn't happen. So very bad for me. And that was totally pointless. Alright, I guess everyone can now guess what happens. But at least there is some... It's very strange, because when it failed, I knew right away, okay, I must resign, so I was very confused. I was trying to manage and put a market. A market would be something that I should have done at least a little bit earlier. But at this point, there was no hope for me. I knew right away that he's probably going for chariots. He has enough eco. Chariots are very good. They do not cost gold, but they are somewhat expensive. You need a solid economy to spend them very well. At this point, anything that he had in his pocket would get me. Cavalry would massacre me. Shank cavalry is also better. They attack faster. Composite bowman would massacre me. Chariot archer would massacre me. If you went to Iron Age, you would also massacre me. There was no hope for me. I was actually trying to grab some relics. I believe this one I did not pick. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, it was a conquest game, so having the relics would be totally useless. because I believe that I managed to get all relics, but that doesn't matter at all. I mean, they are useless on this game.
Broken?
Artifacts, by the way, sorry, but still, the artifacts are not useful. So good, and I have a band of Axemen. They are totally worthless. And now I got Bowman. He has Bowman with extra range. I have my natural 1 extra attack, but that won't be helpful for what is coming. Yeah, with a fill with Bowman, they don't take me down very easily. Yeah, now it should be a walk on 4. Yeah, that was it. For me, there was not really that interesting, but still, I did not get a very bad timing. I will check later to see the exactly time, but that wasn't that bad. At least I could somewhat keep some... A little, I would say that he was in trouble with me, but it wasn't that easy either. He had to at least complete his plan here. So I wasn't totally defenseless this time. Last time that I played him, it was a total walk. I did not have any chance. At least here he had to react, so he had to spend the stone here. I tried to harass villagers, but they could survive. And now he's pushing back. He got enough troops to basically vanquish anything that I have here. So I don't know, I put some villagers here, mostly because I'm dumb. So I used them to hunt this wolf, and after they grabbed the first batch of food, they were coming back again, so that was a total waste, but I wasn't really hoping that this would be anything good. Did I try the reaction here? That's something that you can try, but yeah, yes it is. And I had stone to actually fill that gap here. Maybe a gate here would be easier. Just a gate wouldn't take that long. But now he's doing super fine. There is nothing here that stands on his way. So very good. And now there is a mass of chariots by 23 minutes. I managed to go to the Bronze Age. I wasn't sure when would be the best time to do so, but I managed, and then I got my chariot archers, but it's too late. Also got good extra range, so at this point there's nothing really that I can do. You also got the upgrade to get extra hit points, the one that you get in Government Center. He's also in another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 town centers, and that's too good. There's no chance for me. He could use all of the bonuses here to his advantage. He did not use cavalry line. Was not used, but still, that was very good. It's a totally legend, and it was a pleasure to play with him and learn more about the game. Now here there's no chance, so I just concede, and that was it. So it was a good comparison to see what you can do. So Shank, it's very, very good, as you guys could learn today with me, and I could learn. I believe that I would never attempt anything, even going to the Bronze Age and trying to get chariots would be a better choice for me. Even though I don't have the composite bowman, I believe that trying to set up a very good economy and guaranteed chariots running, that would be the best outcome that I could expect. Also, it's something that I can retreat my base, and maybe this wasn't that bad, so I tried to use this in order to protect me. If I had a better position here, I probably would have some very small, a very remote chance of then getting him. If I had a much earlier Bronze Age and then get my Church Archers, that would prove useful. Also, I had in mind that Golden Center is important, but I was, at this point, I was giving up. I was the whole time thinking about giving up, and that was also bad. But I had also this in mind. I was maybe I would have a very, very small chance at this game if I had a better Bronze Age, and if my attack would be a little bit more correct. If it was a little bit harder, that would be something else. I will try to post better games, at least fun games, or more games where I try to analyze situation, and that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I see you next time.